It is Saturday, guys, which means we have 5 high short interest stocks to break down today, all of which keyword is could be squeezing in the short term. Realize, guys, these are very risky. They could go to zero, so please trade at your own risk. We're going to break down my plans, what I'm looking to do, the charts, all of that good stuff. But first, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and guys, let me tell you about this deal from Moomoo right now. Once you open up your account with them and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 free stocks and you get $30 free cash right on top of that. And if you fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And on top of that, your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, that's unheard of. This is the best deal right now by far. So check out the Moomoo link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your money. And of course, that is an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get into it, man, because again, we have 5 high short interest stocks to cover today that, well, could be moving. In fact, a lot of these are already moving. Number 1 is ticker symbol MPW, which I do believe I covered in a recent video in one of these updates. We don't do these often, these high short interest videos, but I think maybe 2 or 3 ago, probably around a month ago, we covered this one, and now it's come down a good chunk. I think we did cover it before the breakout here to 655. Now we've come down to about $5 flat, but earlier, about a week ago, we were actually in the mid-4s. You guys can see right here, we got down to about $4.50, so we were down about $2 from that $6.50 high, or about 32%, but realize now we're starting to recover. You guys can see we have started to pop on Friday. We went up around 6%, pushed over $5. Now after the bell, we actually are over $5 per share. So it looks like this is starting to break out again, guys. It looks like the uptrend here is continuing, right? If I get the circle tool out, you guys can see clearly we're putting in these higher lows, right? Very obvious. And now we're starting to push for the moving averages again here on medical properties, MPW. And I almost forgot, get this, the short interest on this one, guys, is 40.2%. Unfreaking real. So yeah, we're starting to rebound here, recover. The uptrend is holding. Now we're pushing over $5. I'm going to put my alert at $5.30 for now. Mark is at or above, as that is right by the 180 SMA here on the 4-hour chart. And it's right by the high from the end of July. We hit about 530, then we failed. So that's a big resistance. If we're able to get out of there, man, this could really start to rebound massively, in my opinion, which is where the money keyword is could, be made. So that's number 1, MPW. We covered that one before, but I figured let me cover it again because it is starting to rebound. The setup here is looking good. So the second one is PRME, Prime Medicine. This one went up 15% on Friday, and it's still in a downtrend technically, but we're seeing the slow early phases of a breakout. You'll notice here, this stock has been under both moving averages for a couple of months, pretty much since the end of July. And now with today's Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. Yesterday's move, we went up over 15%. Guess what? Breaking out and closing above both moving averages for the first time in about 3 months. So although this still is in a downtrend, no doubt, we are noticing small signs, the early stages here of a potential breakout, and with the short interest being 41%, 41.8 to be exact, this is definitely one worth watching on the more, speculative side, short interest, high short interest, squeeze type of stock. This is definitely one worth watching. Heading into earnings, by the way, on, let me see, I think in November, on the 1st of November. Yep, there you go. In the morning, this company, Prime Medicine, will be reporting earnings. So keep your eyes on it. Maybe momentum continues into earnings. It might. We have about 2 weeks until earnings. So let's see how that goes. That's PRME. Stock number 3, guys, is SYM, Symbotic, which I think we also covered here recently. And this thing is up massively since I think the last time we covered it. We hit $17, it looks like about a month and a half ago, early September. And now we're at $30 per share, man. Continuing the uptrend here in the short term, the reversal, the breakout, it's looking very good. And that's in the very short term, right? Overall, we're still technically, I guess you can say, in a downtrend. If you draw this out, you'll see right here, we're technically still in this downwards channel, which makes it even more important right now to break out further. And if we do that, let's say, let me draw this out right here so you guys get a visual. We can see $30 per share. That's a big spot. That was support right here in the, it looks like, end of June. And we're testing it right now as resistance, right? You guys see that. So if we're able to get out of $31, not only do we break the low from the end of June, but we also get out of this channel. And with this being a 39-40% short interest stock, man, this could cause a lot of momentum, maybe shorts cover on that breakout, causing a squeeze. It's totally possible. So watch out for SYM. They already saw a huge move. It looks like at the end of last week or the end of the week before last week, we had a huge move from $23 to about $28. That might have been on Thursday or Friday, 2 Thursdays ago. Either way, whatever. And last week we crept up a little bit, but I think we're getting ready for another breakout if, like I said, we get out of $31. So let me set my alert now at $31 per share. We'll see how it goes there. And the fourth stock is KRUS, which is Kura Sushi USA. This stock's been breaking out from $48 back in the beginning of August to now $90. So we're pretty much up a 2x right now. We doubled up essentially. And this stock is obviously reversing. We have a golden cross. And on Friday, we went up around 3%, and we took out the highs from a month ago. About a month ago, we hit about $86. So we cracked out of that, pushed $90, closed over $90, and it looks like the ascending triangle right here that I just drew out is playing out. So, yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit on this one, man. We don't really have any crazy resistance coming up. Maybe $92. All right, that's a resistance. That was support, it looks like, early March. But after that, man, this could be going to $100 per share. So Kura Sushi, I've never heard of this company, to be honest, up until me doing research for this video. But the chart looks pretty good. 29% short interest. We're breaking out on a nice close to the week last week, Friday, 3% green day. So it's a must watch in my opinion. And last but not least, guys, is IOVA, Iovance Biotherapeutics. This one showed momentum on Friday, especially early in the day. You guys can see we got to about $11.20. Then we faded off and closed at $10.20, a whopping dollar off the high from Friday. So clearly, IOVA broke out of $11. We took out both moving averages on Friday here on the 4-hour chart. And with that move, we broke out of the highs from earlier in October, being about $10.50, and we took out the high from the middle of September, being about $10.75, almost $11. So we got the momentum on Friday early in the day. We took out these major levels, although we did sell off and close under the major levels. The fact that we broke out in the morning leads me to believe we could do it again, potentially, here in the short term. And I'm watching it for that exact reason, to see maybe at some point next week, if IOVA starts to go back to test 11 and maybe push further from there. I mean, look, the stock was at $12.50 in the end of August. That could be a target we go to. Maybe 14.50. You guys see all these gaps right here. If I extend these drawings to the right, let me show you, some of these major gaps here that we could start filling over time. So again, if we take out 11, 12.50 could be first, where we go. From there, we could fill to 14.50, 15.75, up towards $18. Totally possible, especially with the high interest here, short interest, 26%. And with earnings coming up here early November on the 5th, anything's possible with Iovance Biotherapeutics. So, guys, those are 5 stocks for today. 5 high short interest stocks. And again, I can't tell you enough how risky they are. So please do your own research. Trade at your own risk. I'm not in any of these as of right now. Maybe I'll trade them this upcoming week. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated in the Patreon what I'm doing. But yeah, with that being said, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And shout out to everybody that's joined the Patreon. I'm posting all my moves, my charts, my ideas on Patreon, my trades, what I'm doing there, right? And I have a private portfolio that I started on Patreon. Now it's doing very well. I'm putting money every week. I'm buying stocks, so you guys can see everything I'm doing on Patreon in that portfolio. So if you're interested, check out the link down below or go to stocksurfast.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.